put your hand in mine. Forever's about to happen right here in this moment of time. So let's draw a line right here in the sand, and let it be said that on this very day is the day that we took a stand. Cause not just a game, it's more than a game, it's more than the hurt, it's more than the pain, it's more than the glory, it's more than the fame. This right here is about legacy, man, so it's bigger than me, it's bigger than us. We can lose sight in the midst of the fuss, let's slow it down and take it in. Enjoy this moment, what's the rush? They want it back, but we want it more. This is what we've been waiting for. With tears in our eyes, we let our hearts roar. Unleash war when we walk out this door. We won't be delayed, we won't be denied. In the end, we won't be refused with clear eyes, a full heart. There's no way that we can lose. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose. Clear eyes.
And we welcome you to the Week 1 edition of the 2015 Tiger Football Report. I'm John McElroy, joined by head coach of the Bentonville Tigers, Coach Jody Grant. Well, Coach Grant, first of all, let me just start by saying congratulations as the Tigers go to 1-0 Friday night to open the season on the road at Kansas City Rockhurst. We're going to get to the highlights here in just a little bit, but Coach Grant, I want to go back to last March. Last March, of course, you were named the new head coach of the Bentonville Tigers, taking over after 10 great years by Barry Lunny. What did that feel like when you were named the head coach? What were your thoughts on that?
Well, that was a pretty, it was pretty overwhelming for me, to be honest with you. It was an exciting time for me and my family and for our staff and our program as a whole, because ultimately when we found out that Coach Lunny was stepping down or retiring, you have to imagine football in Bentonville without him. And so we as a staff kind of rallied together and made a commitment that we want to try to keep this thing in-house, and I was very fortunate to be that guy. And it's been an exciting time and a fun road so far.
Well, Coach, let's go ahead and fast forward as we move up into August. Of course, during the summer, the Tigers participated in many pad camps, 7-on-7s, summer workouts. But as you got into August, into the fall camp, what were the strengths of this team as you saw it coming in, and what were some of the areas maybe that you had to address?
Well, obviously we knew we had a quarterback that could throw the ball around and lead our offense. So we knew we had to kind of rally behind that and operate through that offensively. We don't have a lot of returners offensively, with the exception of we've got our tight end and one lineman coming back. So we knew we had to develop some depth on the offensive line, and we knew we had to find some guys that we could throw the football to. So we worked hard through that through the summer and fall camp, and have found some guys that we feel good about. Defensively, we love the guys that are coming back. We're excited about them. Our concern was the defensive line. We lost everybody. And so we got new faces up there, but they're kids that have kind of bought into their role and, have spent the last few years as scout teamers, and it's their time. And we've been very, very pleased with the result of our front on defense.
Well, of course, Friday night you opened the season on the road at Kansas City playing Rockhurst High School, a team that we've had a series with over the last couple of years. Coach Tony Severino always doing a great job with that bunch. So as you move into game week, what was the preparation like going into the Rockhurst game?
We started our preparation for Rockhurst a little early, considering the fact that they were going to be in their week 3 and we're just starting week 1. So we, even before our scrimmage, kind of started our preparation for Rockhurst. That's a program that has been a solid program in the state of Missouri for many, many years, and we knew that this team would be a solid team. And so we started on them early. We knew they had a back that was pretty special. We knew we were going to have to stop the run and the play action pass, and what they've done for years. So we had a general idea of what we were going to expect schematically. So we just started working them early, and our kids kind of bought into that, and competed hard and played well going into the fall camp, going into preparation, and we went from there.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and take our first break, and when we return, we'll go out to Dosta Memorial Stadium in Kansas City to watch the Bentonville Tigers and the Kansas City Rockhurst High School Hawklets. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching the Tiger Football Report.
At Bob Mori Auto Body, we understand the headache involved with an accident or mishap with your vehicle. That's why we handle all your insurance claims. Our goal is to take a bad situation and make it enjoyable for you. We work on all makes and models with free estimates and have a lifetime warranty on repairs for as long as you own the vehicle. Get a crack in your windshield? Don't worry. Bob Mori Auto Body handles all windshield repair and replacement too. Bob Mori Auto Body, 1019 North Walton Boulevard in Bentonville, and our new location on Forest Hills Boulevard in Bella Vista.
Crane Hyundai of Bentonville is your hometown full-service dealer. Our sales department gives you access to hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles, and our award-winning service department is here to fix your problem quickly and get you back on the road. At Crane Hyundai of Bentonville, everything we do is backed by the Crane Commitment, including a 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle, and our 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. Come see us at Crane Hyundai of Bentonville, located on Moberly Lane in Bentonville.
All right, Coach, so Rockhurst wins the toss. They defer their option in the second half, so we're going to get a look at your offense here. All right, there's Casey Ford.
There's Casey on our power read there. We don't love the fact that we run our quarterback too much, but when you have a 270-pound quarterback, you like the chance of him running downhill. We've incorporated a lot of read stuff for him where he has the ability to read an outside linebacker and make a decision whether to keep the ball or throw it.
I almost called him Luke Crenshaw, but that's Matt Crenshaw this year. Yeah,
Matt Crenshaw's got a chance to be pretty good for us this year.
So you punt it away, and now you get to see your defense here.
Yeah, they try to throw a little tunnel screen out there. Our guys sniffed that out pretty good, and there was a drop for a loss there. That was a big third down play for us.
Well, it's good to see Tyrone Mahone back there.
That's exactly right. He's only getting better each week, too. Here's Logan Darby with a return. Sets up pretty good field position for us. Here we went a little fly sweep with Clay Barganier for a gain of 6 yards here.
Yeah, it's good to see him stepping up. Of course, a lot of new faces in the receiving corps, Crenshaw and Barganier there, who played some last year, but good to see those guys stepping up this year.
Yeah. Here's Casey here hitting our tight end across the middle.
Well, Dax Hell, we talked about him in the pregame. Of course, losing Bugos last year. Dax had some good plays, but he's really going to contribute this year.
I think so, yeah. We were pleased with the way our backs ran the football. Jacob Clark, that's his first start as the feature back, and very pleased with the way he ran the ball for us.
Well, Coach, it's got to feel good on the road, taking the early lead right there.
Sure does. Well, it's nice to have a Mooring on our roster again. You feel like anytime you cross the 50, you got a chance with those kids.
Well, Dan Storrs and I, radio guy, we had a bet how many times we were going to call him Bennett, but it is good, you're right, to have another Mooring. He's doing a great job.
And people don't realize how big of a deal this is, putting the ball through the back of the end zone, and they're having to start from the 20. They got to go 80 to score, and against our defense, that's tough to do. You can see our guys really rally. I love to see all 11 flying to the football and running their feet at contact. Well, missed tackle there by Roth, but our guys rallied to it. Fair catch by Logan Darby, putting our offense back out there again. Well, this has been a special treat to watch Avery Donson and what he's done as a running back. He's new to the positions. We started there last year, and he's done some good things. We didn't protect our quarterback very well right there.
Yeah, you going back to Avery Donson, that's not a name we called a lot last year, but really was good to see him getting into the game, trading some carries with Jacob Clark.
Yeah, here we snapped it over our punter's head. That's never good. We want to make sure we get some of that cleaned up. We're going to have to work on some of our special team stuff this week, but ultimately I'm glad he was able to get the ball off and not just take a big loss. How about this play by Logan Darby? He came from the backside safety on this fly sweep, knocks the ball out. Destin Atkins recovers. That's a big play for our defense.
Yeah, it's great to see those guys. Logan Darby, who had a lot of experience last year, Tyrone, Kerry Coyer back there, but a great play, as you said, by Logan.
Yeah. Our offensive line gets great pushed here on some of our zone action. Here we are, play action to Cam Hunt. Well, the guy's got a chance. You know, he's new, he's just a sophomore, he's still learning our stuff, but I think we'll find that we'll be calling his name quite a bit this year.
Yeah, you know, and you look back at the stats, Casey makes plays, throws for, I believe, 185 yards to 7 different receivers.
Yeah.
So a real good job of distributing the ball around.
That's going to make it tough for people to prepare against us, the fact that we're distributing the ball all over the place.
So Cameron Mays Hunt, I'm still learning the names there, but Cameron Hunt there, getting one in the end zone, touchdown pass, and now you're up 14-0, Coach. This has got to be great, coming up here and jumping on them early.
Yeah, it's real nice. Anytime you can jump on a lead like that and get in there, and we were excited to have that type of lead. And that's what we talked to our kids about, is we got to keep pressing. Here our defense is flying to the football again. That's a great shot.
Well, because on the other sideline, Coach Severino, what kind of program this is, they're not going to give up just because you're up 14.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what we talked about to our kids once we got that lead, is that we got to keep pressing, and because they're not going to lay down, which they didn't. Here's Logan Darby trying to turn something in. Try to turn something. He didn't have. We kind of held up the line of scrimmage. He didn't have great protection there. Here's Clay again on another. Yeah, I think he led us in receiving. Kid's got great hands and runs great routes. He's got a chance to have a pretty special year as well. What a throw here by our quarterback here. This one, I mean, that's our double post wheel off motion to Cameron for a touchdown. I think this one gets called back because of I'm gonna say a bogus holding call.
But going back to that throw, Coach, he threaded the needle between the safety and the corner right there. That is a difficult throw to make.
Yeah, it's nice to have a guy who can thread it like that. It's fun to see. Here's Mooring again. Nice little weapon to have.
Of course, Mooring had a big week last week in the Union scrimmage with 3 field goals against Owasso. So you have a lot of confidence in him when you put him out on the field.
Yeah, you do, and I think that's something special about having a kicker at the high school level is you got a chance to. I mean, we're going to try to get points every time we get on that side of the field, and there's been times here where we haven't had quite the kicker like this, but ever since we've had a Mooring on the roster, they're very high percentage kickers. So.
Well, there you have it. The Tigers up at half, 17-0. We'll come back in just a moment and watch the second half highlights here on the Tiger Football Report.
At Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale, we understand that life is too short to spend hours in an ER waiting room. And we know that in an emergency, minutes really do matter. So our entire team is committed to working diligently to have you initially seen by a clinical professional in 30 minutes or less, because we think you should spend less time waiting and more time feeling better. The 30 minutes or less ER service pledge, only at Northwest Health System Bentonville and Springdale.
All right, Coach, here we go. The second half of play. Your team's up 17-0, and they deferred, so they're going to get the ball, and so it's going to be a fight, even being up 17-0.
Absolutely. They did a good job coming out. They kind of got a little split back look and gave the ball to their back, a little outside zone stuff. It took us a little bit to make some adjustments to get that, but they milked the clock here a little bit, or they ate up a lot of clock here as they drove down. So. We did some things. There were some penalties on this drive that hurt us. There were some situations where I thought we were going to get off the field and get the ball back to our offense, but some crucial penalties cost us. But our kids played hard, played well. You can see them flying around to the football there.
Well, and Taylor, the running back there, as you said, a Wisconsin commit, that's the kind of kid. He's going to get his yards. You just can't let him have the big play.
Yeah.
I think you guys did a great job. They held him to 56 yards on the night. But it looks like they were able to get a couple of big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, they were. They were able to throw the ball around a little bit, and they've been doing that a little bit in the weeks prior. That guy just went and made a great catch there, and then they hit us with a little outside zone play. But that they ate a lot of clock up, which was beneficial. This was big. It just you don't think about how much 1 point makes a difference, but it does.
And Destin Atkins getting him down from behind, but those are always the kinds that come back to haunt you, especially late in the game. If it's close, you never want to see it. Missed extra points. So that was a big play for Bentonville.
That's exactly right.
All right, so you're going to get the ball back, and you really need to respond right here.
We sure do, and we did. We came through and ran the ball real well. I love the way our offensive line was operating here. We're doing some things offensively, spreading the ball around, getting it out. Casey with going through his progressions on his reads, dumping it off there to Dax in the flats. Their alignment was giving us some weak side zone that we were able to run.
Avery Dodson there getting that carry in the last play, and you could just tell the frustration. He felt like he was one shoestring tackle away from breaking that one.
Yeah, those guys, did well for us. They had a lot of carries and we ran the ball well. I mean, it's you can see they're just eating yardage and eating clock, which you like to see.
Well, that last play, you see the old pin and pull there, pulling the center and the offensive lineman there. And man, when that works, it's a thing of beauty.
Yeah. Right here, this is we wanted to get points down here on a short yardage deal, and our holder dropped it, got rushed, and so we didn't take advantage of that, but our defense put them back out there. We felt good about them. We felt like that was a fumble they didn't give us, but our defensive line's getting after it. Timmy Fernandez, Jonathan Bautista, Jack Patterson, Noah Stubbs, those guys competed all night.
Yeah, and hats off to Coach Cherico, rotating those guys in, keeping them fresh on a very hot and humid night.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. He does a good job with the rotations, and those kids play their tails off for him. Here he is. You can see our read play. That linebacker comes up to stop the run. We're going to flip it to Cam and let him do his thing.
Well, Coach, one of the things I thought was just really good for the Tigers, play calling Friday night, just always seemed to keep Rockhurst off balance. They couldn't, just play you for the run, or they couldn't just cover your receivers. They had to play the entire field, and thought it was a really good mix. Coach Aaron Dannenhauer, offensive coordinator, really good job of mixing up the play calling.
Absolutely. I've had a lot of people talk about that. More than anything, is just how we mixed it up really well, and Coach Dannenhauer did a great job on his play calls, and it made it tough for them defensively with what we were doing.
So one of the things as we get late into the game, you got to start breathing a sigh of relief as that clock starts to work against Kansas City Rockhurst. It doesn't seem like their team, to me anyway, it seems they want to run the ball first, pass when they need to, and that doesn't really play well when you have a 24-6 lead, so you have to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, we did. We felt good about it, and we just, as it gets late in the game, we've got a 2-score lead. To me, at that point, we just got to just hope the clock runs down and we're getting stops, and offensively just running the football and letting the clock wind down. There's a pass interference call right there that hurt us a little bit. We had, I think, 3 or 4 PI calls late. Here is great pressure from our defensive line. There's Roth with a sack. Bautista coming in to help.
Well, that's the thing about it. If you can keep that quarterback moving, the completion percentage tends to go down. And Austin Roth again, keeping him, flushing him out of the pocket.
Yeah, our guys just, they play with great effort and great heart. It's fun to watch. Here's, they run the back out. That's a tough play to defend. Roth does a really nice job, but they call a pass interference on that as well.
But you're on the road, and you've got to play the team, and it's tough when you're on the road. And I won't say anything about the officiating, but that's just part of it.
Well, it's part of the game. You're not going to. All calls aren't going to go your way.
Right,
so we battled through that, and it worked out great.
Well, and there you go, Coach. Victory number 1 for head coach Jody Grant, and more importantly, the Bentonville Tigers to start off the season. Great way to start off on the road, and a lot of happy Tigers right there. Great, and good fans, Tiger fans coming up, making the trip up, 3-hour trip up to Kansas City. Great fan support there.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have a great following when we travel, and that's a good atmosphere to play high school football in. It's fun to watch the Braveheart scene that the Rockhurst student section does, and it was a fun Friday night environment, and I'm glad our program was able to come out with a win.
All right, well, there you have it. The Tigers go to 1-0 with a 24-13 victory over the Rockhurst High School Hawklets. We'll be back in just a moment with a preview of next week's game right here on the Tiger Football Report. And we're back here on the Tiger Football Report. Well, Coach, 1-0, good start to the season, but the home opener Friday night here at Tiger Stadium, bringing in a team from Highlands Ranch, Colorado, just south of Denver, the Valor Christian Eagles. Coach, tell us what you know about Valor Christian.
Well, what I know about Valor Christian is a very well-coached team. The program has had a lot of success over the years, and it's going to be a great challenge for us. They've got a lot of talent on their team. As we talked about, their quarterback is the son of former Bronco Ed McCaffrey, and he's sitting with about 12 or 13 offers, and they got a defensive lineman that's pretty special. So they got a lot of talent sprinkled all over the field, but what they do it well, and they, offensively they're kind of, do a lot of different stuff. So we'll have our work cut out for us.
All right. Well, Coach, once again, congratulations, and wish you and the staff and the team the best of luck this week as we go out to Tiger Stadium Friday night for the home opener against the Valley Christian Eagles.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for joining us here each week on the Tiger Football Report, where we take you inside of Bentonville Tiger football. So long, everyone.